Thank you very much, Mr. Hyde. We'll start the questions off with Senator Moreno from Ohio.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. First, let me just start and say to the six of you, thank you. Thank you for willing to serve your country. We get to see some incredibly qualified candidates, and I think you guys have set a new bar. So thank you for being here, and thank you again for wanting to jump in to serve. Let's talk about where we are in the economy. It's been 81 days since President Trump took office, and let's compare his report card over less than 3 months compared to where we were at the beginning of the Biden administration. The ranking member talked about an apocalypse in the economy. So under Biden, thanks to Congress and Biden's actions, we had generationally high inflation. Wages weren't even close to keeping up with the price of goods. Basics, food, energy, transportation, housing became completely unaffordable. What's happened in the last 81 days? We have a new inflation report today. Inflation is at an all-time low compared to the last 5 years. Energy prices are down 30%. Egg prices are down 50%. Private sector employment is surging. We have a completely secure border. So when I think about what's happening in the housing world, what does it mean to have 10 million people not coming into our country illegally and the impact on housing? We have gone from border crossings of 350,000 a day to less than 5,000 a month. I'm sorry, 350,000 a month to less than 5,000 a month. We've got peace around the world. We don't have a war in the Middle East. That's going to be resolved. We don't have a war. We're going to get a war resolved in Eastern Europe. And we're finally standing up to China. DEI has been completely dismantled. Happily, we are not giving Harvard $9 billion in federal funding to enrich their endowment, which already stands at $50 or $60 billion. They own most of the city of Cambridge. It means that if you're a Boston school teacher, you can't live in Cambridge because your property taxes have to pay for the services for the whole town. We have tax reform coming, and of course, our regulations have been slashed. So let me just go quickly. I just wanted to set the record straight on where we are. I think it's pretty darn good, 81 days compared to 4 years of abject disaster. So I'll start with you, Mr. Hughes. What do you see going forward in terms of housing, not having to take care of millions of illegal migrants? What does that mean to the people who actually are Americans who need help with housing?
Thank you, Senator, and good to see you again. I appreciate the question. With the president shutting down the border and the influx of more than 10 million people into the United States, one, that's going to help us rebound in the housing supply crisis. And, he's made it a priority, so Secretary Turner, to bring down housing prices and cut unnecessary regulations. And one of the first things that Secretary Turner did when he got to HUD was start a regulatory reform task force, which has been working very hard with program offices and other agencies to identify not only federal but state and local regulations that we can eliminate to help with the housing supply issue. In addition to that, Secretary Turner and Secretary Burgum recently signed a MOU regarding the federal land, so we're very excited about that opportunity, and the teams are starting to meet. So a lot of good things underway, Senator.
Perfect. Well, thank you. And Governor Bowman, I'll ask you some questions. I got some conflicting information at the beginning of the hearing. Where are you from again?
I'm from Kansas.
So you're not from Wall Street?
I am not.
Have you lived in New York City? Have you lived in New York City?
Lived in New York City.
Has your family lived in New York City?
No, we're all from Kansas.
So to say that somebody in Kansas understands the plight of Main Street, that's the heartland, like Ohio. You understand what crippling banking regulations. Explain to me what that means to a small business. When nothing against J.P. Morgan Chase or Bank of America, have they had a tough 4 years? I mean, have they been suffering?
I would say that having been a community banker, I understand, and the compliance officer in my family's bank that was chartered in 1882.
Is that a multi-trillion-dollar bank?
No, it's about 200 million in assets, and that's million with an M, not a B. So it's a very small bank. It's small staff. Just implementing the regulations. When I was a banker, we implemented the Dodd-Frank regulations. It is very complex, very difficult, especially to understand, to help your staff understand the expectations for implementation.
Well, my time is up, but I'm going to say this. I'm so excited to have you in that job because I think Wall Street's had plenty of representation in this body, and it's good to see somebody actually represents Main Street and understands what the heartland, what the working people of this country go through and what they need for banking. So thank you.